Let's now shift our focus to China. Marking 3 years of imprisonment, an Australian journalist has written down what it's like to be in a Chinese prison for her. She calls it a love letter to Australia. The journalist mentions how she misses sunlight, the outdoors and her family, and this has brought up the long-running point of friction between Canberra and Beijing. First of all, why was the journalist sent to prison, and how will this actually impact the China-Australia relationship? The person we are talking about is Cheng Lei, an Australian journalist. The former anchor for a Chinese state broadcaster was arrested in the year 2020 and was charged with supplying state secrets overseas, quote unquote. Reports say that no further details were given out by the Chinese authorities. And in 2022, Cheng was subjected to a closed-door trial, which lasted less than a day. The verdict has been continuously delayed, and Australian authorities say that the case lacks transparency, because not even Australia's ambassador to China was allowed to enter the court. Not a single Australian official knows what happened as a part of the court proceedings. And now Cheng has written out about her condition in what she calls a love letter to Australia. She starts that letter by saying, and I'm quoting, "Good day, Aussies. This is a love letter to 25 million people and 7 million square kilometers of land abundant in nature, beauty and space. It is not the same in here. I haven't seen a tree in 3 years." And what's more shocking is when she says that she misses the sun. Cheng says, in fact, she's allowed to stand in sunlight for only 10 hours a year. Imagine getting less than an hour of sunlight in a month. She's forced to sleep in a dirt-ridden bedding, which is taken out to air only once a year. Her desperation for freedom can clearly be seen as she says, and I'm quoting, "When the bedding comes back from the sun, I wrap myself in it and pretend as if I was being hugged by my family under the sun." In the letter, which can be seen as a cry for help, the mother of 2 children has expressed how much she misses her children. The Chinese government has not allowed regular contact with the children. This could be one of the most heartbreaking stories. Cheng's husband has expressed his despair and said that it's important for this issue to be dealt with expeditiously and compassionately.
I think the current situation, it's enormously difficult on Lei, on her children, on her parents, and I think also this ongoing uncertainty and this ongoing situation does no favours to all the good people in both Australia and China seeking to repair what was a very strained relationship up until recent times. So I think in that context, resolving this case compassionately and expeditiously is so important.
The Chinese ambassador to Australia, in fact, has justified the situation. He says that national security-related matters take more time to reach verdicts. What exactly does more time mean to China? Does China see Cheng as a mere commodity? Experts say that the delay in Cheng's sentencing could be used as a bargaining chip. China may try to get an upper hand in the dealings with Australia. What could be a step towards solving Cheng's situation is the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's invite to Beijing to meet Xi Jinping. Reports say that his citizens don't want him to make the trip until Cheng has been released.
I believe it is clearly the case that Cheng Lei, who now has had 3 years in detention, this issue should be resolved. This should be resolved by Cheng Lei not being kept in detention in the way that she has. We will always stand up for the interests of Australian citizens, and we continue to do so. And we have respectful discussions, but we have some in which Australia's position is made very clear.
Will Australia take the necessary steps to resolve the issue? We will be monitoring the very latest coming in. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.